nigga Dom. True players, let's go. This that true player shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock true player shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. This that true player shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock true player shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. We ain't holding no punches. True players, we live, homie, no frontin'. Always talk about something. So taking over, you know that the wait is over. That in your face.
What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Dom coming live now at you. Another True Plays podcast episode on this wonderful Monday, August 3rd. I wouldn't say a lot of things to talk about. There's something that happened during the weekend with all my fellow Met fans. That something happened this weekend, actually yesterday, that threw us for a loop. I think they threw the team off in the loop, in which they lost 4-0. Cespedes has decided in the middle of the game yesterday to opt out of the season due to COVID-19. Mind you, this guy went AWOL the morning of the game, did not contact any team officials about his whereabouts. The team thought he was missing. The team also sent their security personnel to the hotel room, in which once they got to the hotel room, it was completely empty. All his belongings was gone, and he just left the hotel. And according to Brodie, during the press conference after the game, it was revealed that he has decided to opt out of the season. Let me tell you something, guys. I don't know I already seen how a lot of Mets fans feel about the situation through posts and blogs on at Facebook. That it's the organization's fault. It's his fault. Let me tell you something right now. That's not the way you conduct business when you're unhappy. The Mets are his employers. They pay him a hefty amount of money for him to be not just show up and play, but be professional if he decides not to play. There has been reports out that he wasn't happy with his playing time, and that he was concerned that he was not going to meet any incentives to maximize to reach the amount of salary that he lost because he decided to wrestle with a boar and hurt his ankle. Which that just reeks of selfishness. I believe it messed up the team internally with his gripes, constantly griping about his playing time. The dude only missed 2 games. He played 8 games out of 10 games. He's hit, I think, 1 home run and a couple of RBIs. No matter what the situation is about incentives, your job as a baseball player is to produce, and he has not produced. That's why he missed 2 games this season. He was supposed to be the everyday DH for this Mets team. And for him to pull that shit is unbelievable. Granted, they paid him $54 million to sit at home these past 2 seasons. Did we not forget that? So what is he bitching about whether or not he's not going to make his money? Apparently he didn't care about the money because he's like, you know what? If I can't make more than $6.5 million, I might as well just sit at home and not play due to COVID. I have a reason. I mean, does it put the Mets organization in a great light? No. The writing's on the wall. Everything was set up. Everything's right on the wall. Brodie's not long for the job. Once a new ownership comes in and takes over, he's gone. We're either gonna have Omar Minaya 2.0 if A-Rod or J-Lo take over, or Steve Quill's coming in with his own people and run the organization. Brodie Vanover, as far as I'm concerned, as a general manager, he is done. Reason being, Edwin Diaz, Robinson Cano. And Robinson Cano has been playing well the past few games. Hit a home run, got a few RBIs. You know, he's playing well. But the key to that trade was Edwin Diaz, and now he pitched yesterday in the seventh inning. Pitched in the seventh inning yesterday. He had a good inning, but that's not what you traded him for. You traded him to play in the ninth inning to close games. And the Achilles heel of the Mets this season has been hitting with runners in scoring position. On which game where they blew the lead in the bullpen, I believe it was Friday's game. They had an 8-2 lead and ended up eventually losing that game because the bullpen couldn't hold it. And these past two games, with opportunities to either tie the game or win the game, they couldn't come through in the clutch. Yesterday alone, when they lost 4-0, which the rookie Peterson gave a quality start. They lost 4-0. They were 1 for 15 with men in scoring position. 1 in 15. How does that happen in the Major League Ball Club with this type of offensive talent? How does it happen? Did they quit on the manager? I don't think they quit on the manager. I think something was amiss in that locker room in which they're just not playing to their capabilities. Alonso, people talk about sophomore slumps. Alonso looks a little bit overweight to me. I think he needs to get into more baseball playing shape more than ever. That's what it is. Once he gets the groove, play some more games, into baseball shape, he'll be fine for the rest of the season. But 3-7 with a 60-game regular season is tough to overcome. Like I was arguing with someone on a Mets blog on Facebook. The season's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon when it's 162 games. That's a marathon. 60 games, it is a sprint. And considering the expanded playoff playoffs they have this year for 8 teams per league, if they don't make that, Brodie Vanover kisses his job goodbye. It's over. It's over. 1 for 15 with men in scoring position. The unprofessionalism of a player that they paid $110 million for 4 years. And this is what the situation we're dealing with right now. The season couldn't have started off any worse than it started just now. And to think that they traded for Billy Hamilton for outfield help, and to think that no one knew that he was going to opt out because he was pissed off and use COVID as an excuse, is fooling themselves. I think they had an idea that he was going to do that because he was bitching to Brodie, he was bitching to Louis about playing time. And I thought Cuban people are proud people, but and I still do. I do believe Cuban people are very proud people, but Cespedes is just a bit an embarrassment to his people. How he's acting. Just man up and play. That's all they wanted you to do, is man up and play. No matter what capacity that you could play. If you produce, they're going to keep you in that lineup. They're going to keep you in that lineup. So, I'm going to see what's going to happen tonight. The Mets got to win this game tonight. Got to win this game tonight. And next time DeGrom pitches, score some runs for him so he at least get a win. The man can't be pitching to a 1.0 ERA and get no run support. That's retarded. Guys got to do a better job with that. Now, on a football note, news came out that Doug Peterson of the Philadelphia Eagles head coach has been tested positive for COVID-19. Wish him a speedy recovery in regards to that. COVID is still there, people. We can't lose focus on that. We still got to maintain social distancing. Got to wear a mask. And I said it on my previous podcast. Stop being so fucking selfish about the situation, and just do what the officials tell you to do. Stop saying it's a scam. Stop saying that. Don't put yourself in a position where they would have to put a tube down your throat to help you breathe. Don't put yourself in that position. I'm in the field. I'm in the healthcare field. I see it happen. And I tell you, 99.9% chance you will not come out of that. That's basically on the experience of the doctors that work there, and how they handle the machines is how you survive. So do yourself a favor, wear a fucking mask, social distancing. Even if you have even if you have a party, and you have a lot of people at your house, just remember to social distance and wear a mask. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna kill you. It may save you. You know what I'm saying? So, again, the Mets gotta step their game up, play better, be a better team. And I believe since the dark cloud of Cespedes has left the locker room, like Boomer said on the show earlier this morning, I believe they have an opportunity to turn it around now. To get on the roll and turn it around. So we'll see what happens on that. Also, I'd like to mention, I want to give a big shout out to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He had a group. He put a group together to pay $15 for the XFL, which, the second time around, the league looked good, and COVID just came and messed that up for Vince McMahon. But I'm glad someone else has taken the ball to keep the ball rolling for all the potential football players who were not able to make the NFL an opportunity to play in a semi-professional or professional league, to build their skills up so they can go play in the NFL. I want to give a big shout out to The Rock, looking out for them, and also taking on this challenge as an entrepreneur, a great entrepreneur as he is, taking the opportunity to put this under his belt to generate another league. I hope for all success for The Rock in this venture, because that's my man right there. I still gotta get his tequila though, but I'm gonna get that tequila though. But that's it on that end. Before I end the podcast, it's just a very short podcast, guys, today. I want to speak about people who are still complaining about kneeling for the national anthem. And their words, they're calling the NBA scums, they're calling the Major League Baseball players scums, the NFL players scums for kneeling for an anthem. Let me ask you guys a question before I end this podcast. When Derek Chauvin had his knee on George Floyd's neck, how did you feel about that? I'll wait. Did you have the same anger that you have for when Kaepernick kneeled for the anthem? Or when the NBA players are kneeling for the anthem? When the NBA coaches who are kneeling for the anthem? Do you have the same anger towards that police officer who put his knee on George Floyd's neck? The officer that killed Breonna Taylor sleeping in her bed? Like I said, I'll wait. You're probably not going to answer the question, because that's the type of pussy you guys are. I say it right in your face. Bunch of punks. Because you value an anthem over human life. Now I realize that every single person who lives in this country is the reason why this anthem exists. It is a purpose for all people, all liberty for people, all justice for everybody, not just for your ilk. You want to take me on? Listen, I'll leave my email address. You come take me on. Join me on the podcast. We get it on. TRUPLAYAZ podcast@gmail.com. Holla at me. I'm here. People need to shut the fuck up about the situation and find a way to make people of my ilk safe in these streets. Because we're not safe in these streets. And don't bring up black on black crime. Don't bring that shit up. Because there's black people getting killed by the people who are paid this, who pay their taxes to provide salary to a group of people who are supposed to serve and protect everybody. Instead, people of my ilk are getting assassinated by them. Whether it's selling Lucy's or receiving fake calls by Karens. On that note, people, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this podcast on this. This podcast can be seen on YouTube, on video. For all audio pleasures, is on Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Podcast, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Joey G Radio, of course. And I'm definitely going to bless you guys with another episode. We got a few episodes lined up, a few guest hosts to join me on the podcast. And I'll talk to you guys soon. It's your man Big Dot signing off. Peace.